Hello, and welcome to my thought for the day. I'd like to tell you about a couple of incidents where I've experienced God's intervention. The first was in the late 1990s, when I and a group of friends attended a Christian conference in Birmingham. We were all either students or just starting our first jobs, so we didn't have a whole lot of money. During a particular talk, one of our number became convinced that God was telling her two things. One, that she should start tithing, so pledging to give away 10% of all her income. She wasn't sure how she'd be able to make ends meet. And secondly, that we should immediately go and baptise Tim from our group, who had never been baptised. So we discussed it, and 5 of the group decided to come along to help with the baptism. So we decided to take what swimming gear we could muster and went to the local swimming pool. When we left our conference centre, out of the blue, a stranger came up to a lady in the group and gave her an envelope saying, "God told me to give you this." Wow, that doesn't happen every day. When my friend opened the envelope, she found a £10 note inside. Why £10, you might think? Well, when we reached the pool, we discovered that it cost £1.80 each to get in. It was the 1990s after all. This meant that all 5 of us could afford to go in using the money the stranger gave us. This showed us that life can be a whole lot easier if you follow God's plan. We baptised Tim ourselves in the pool and it felt like the right thing to do. Oh, and the change? Well, that was exactly what we needed to be able to tithe from our gift. The second incident is from a couple of years ago. Along with Brian from Christ the Rock, I ran a course called Test of Faith, which some of you came along to. This aimed to help us investigate the claims of Christianity and to see how they might inform our Christian faith. During the course, I thought about how utterly huge and powerful the universe is. The sun is so powerful that although it's massively far away, we can still feel its heat here on Earth. Our galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars like our sun, an unimaginable amount of power. If you were to go and look at the Eagle Nebula now through a telescope, it would look much like this. In actual fact, it's so far away that this is actually how it looked before the time of Christ, because the light takes thousands of years to reach us. At the other end of the scale, consider the intricacy contained in DNA. Each DNA molecule contains billions of these base pair arms, yet they're so small there's one contained in every cell in our bodies. This tells me that whatever our situation, God has both the power to act and an interest in the detail of your situation. After the course, Brian and I were wondering about the youth in the church. We looked into material produced by Christians in Science, and we were considering asking the youth leaders about what we could do. I wrote a text to Brian to this effect, and if I'd known I'd be showing it on YouTube, I'd have made sure I got the grammar correct. As you can see, it ends with a Christian cross, the Crucifix. The bizarre thing is that I didn't type this cross symbol. In fact, I don't even know how to find the symbol on my keypad. I can find a plus, but it's not the same thing. All I can think is that my headphone lead must have brushed against the keyboard, and instead of introducing gobbledygook, it changed the keyboard to a different mode, pressed this one symbol, then changed the keyboard mode back to the one I was used to. I even tried retyping the message to see if the messaging app on my phone would suggest a cross symbol, but it didn't. Perhaps you know how to press this symbol, but I bet you can't do it first time without looking, without practicing first. Only God can do this. For me, this was a big encouragement that we were on the right lines. Bless you all, whatever you're up to today, and thanks for listening. I pray that you'll see God in the small things and the big things.